Wilkesboro. We'll talk to late model stock winner Brendan Butterbean Queen and veteran two-time Snowball Derby winner Augie Grill on his first Cars Tour Pro Late Model win. Cars Tour Weekly presented by Pepperjack Kennels is next. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Cars Tour Weekly, presented by Pepperjack Kennels. I'm Jess Ballard. Glad to welcome Kendra Adams to the co-host chair today.
Thank you. I'm so excited to be here.
And we are so glad that you made it here now. Now, not with luggage in tow, as we talked on the bull ring, and I'm very sorry about that, but glad to have you here nonetheless.
I appreciate it. My dresses, my boots, they didn't make it. I'm here.
And that's why we're matching.
Me a shirt. Yeah, I got a shirt. But no, it's been a good time. I'm glad to be here. I haven't been to Charlotte in like a year, so it's refreshing.
Well, welcome back, and we're so glad to have you on Cars Tour Weekly, presented by Pepperjack Kennels. And before we get started, do you have a furry buddy at home?
No, I don't. My parents do. They have a 3-legged husky.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, so
what's
a quick
its name?
shout out. His name's Jasper. Yeah, he was a rescue. He was hit by a car when he was like less than a year old, amputated the front leg, and now he's like, I went on a run with him.
A run?
No, he runs fast. Like he was pulling me. Like I could not keep up. He's insane.
Oh my God.
I'll have to show you a video after.
Jasper. Well, folks, if you're looking for the best water or land training for your retriever, then look no further than Pepperjack Kennels. And for more, go to pepperjackkennels.com. And we're always talking about dogs on this show. So far, no one has had a lab, but...
No labs. I used to have a lab.
Oh.
Well, my parents did. She passed away like a year ago. So they got that last dog in September. So she was cute. Her name was Marley.
Aw. Travis has an ex-girlfriend named Marley.
Oh, well, sorry. The drama.
All right, Kendra, what do you say we take a look at some highlights from North Wilkesboro?
Let's do it.
First feature of the week are Pro Late Models, and it didn't take long to get the action started as the Rackley Ward teammates get together. Dawson Sutton into the inside wall after contact from Connor Zillage.
Great battle here between NASCAR Truck Series point leader Corey Heim and Augie Grill for the lead, and after several laps, Grill takes sole command of the race.
Grill goes on to lead the rest of the way for the Wilkesboro win, adding to his impressive resume of Pro Late Model wins, which includes the Snowflake 100 and Alabama 200. And when we had you on the bull ring yesterday, you mentioned, because you were at the track on Sunday watching the Cup race, how ill-handling these cars looked, how there was no grip, and I would say that was probably the same for the late models.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, with the lighter car, the Pro Late Models, I think they might have a little bit of a better chance to have some of that grip, but honestly, we'll have to see in these highlights.
Okay, well now let's look at the late model stocks with Brendan Butterbean Queen and Jared Fryer leading the field to the green flag. Queen set the pace early on, but it wouldn't be long before last August's winner at North Wilkesboro, Carson Kvapil, takes command. Still early on, a big crash on the front stretch as William Zawalich spins and chaos ensues. Several cars involved, including Brad Keselowski.
So just if we're looking at this from a different angle, we see Kvapil had dropped back, gets into Brandon Pierce, and then a chain reaction from there that unfortunately took out a lot of good cars.
Some hard racing here between Dale Earnhardt Jr. and Connor Jones. Dale Jr. showing some body scars, and Kevin Harvick also in the middle of that fight. Jr. would end the night in 16th, while Harvick would fare a little better, finishing 11th in his Cars Tour debut. Despite all the differing pit strategies, Brendan Queen found himself back up front and dominating the second half to take the checkered flag for Butterbean's second career Cars late model stock win.
Well, with a name like Butterbean Queen, I don't think you're going to be, forgotten about at any point in time.
Okay, so it was this year or maybe last year. I'm going to get someone in trouble, but Butterbean is quite the name to begin with when you're writing headlines and stories, but we had a typo in a social media post this year, and we called him Buttbean Queen. Someone had to text Will and say there was a typo in the tweet. So,
okay, but the real question is, how long was the tweet up before it got taken down? Because I used to make a lot of errors when I would post some stuff on Racing America, but I never posted anything like that.
Oh my God, it was so funny. Well, when we come back after this break, we will talk to Butterbean Queen and We can ask him all those valid questions.
Yeah.
Stick around.
HMS Motorsport is the leader in motorsport safety, providing the most advanced driver safety products to NASCAR, IndyCar, sprint cars, and sports cars drivers. From grassroots to professional racers, HMS Motorsport has over 25 years' experience outfitting drivers with the best gear on the market. Equipped with first-hand product knowledge, our experts are ready to help you select the best harness belts, seats, head restraints, helmets, and racing attire for your type of racing. HMS is even the exclusive importer for Schroth belts, Schubert helmets, and Valero base layers. Visit one of our stores in Mooresville, North Carolina, or Danvers, Massachusetts, or check us online at hmsmotorsport.com, where you can learn the details of our products and order online. Safety starts here.
5-Star Bodies, the most advanced bodies on the market, aerodynamically engineered, manufactured from the highest grade and lightest weight materials, tested tough for optimum performance. The highest quality and most durable products you'll find anywhere. Our products help racers around the world reach victory lane. Winning never looked so good. Faster, lighter, stronger, better. 5-Star.
Race fans, the ASA Stars National Tour roars into Hickory Motor Speedway for an unforgettable night of racing action with the Tar Heel 250. Some of the best grassroots racers from around the country gather in the hills of North Carolina on the Thursday Thunder in the Foothills. Joining the ASA Stars National Tour will be NASCAR champion Chase Elliott. Tickets to the Tar Heel 250 are available now at starsnationaltour.com. Don't miss any of the incredible racing action coming to Hickory Motor Speedway Thursday, May 25th.
What creates a winning combination? Quality, focus, discipline, and most importantly, speed. At Pepperjack Kennels, we provide exceptional water and land training services for hardworking retrievers. From leading in the field to leading on the track, together we establish winning dogs and a winning team. Devoted to retrievers and motorsports, we are Pepperjack Kennels. Visit us online to learn more.
Welcome back, everybody, to this episode of Cars Tour Weekly presented by Pepperjack Kennels, and we have got Butterbean Queen on the line. Brennan, thanks for joining us.
Hey, thanks for having me today.
Hey, okay, so first things first, when we were chatting about this a little bit earlier on the show, my boyfriend Travis raced up in the north, and we raced CRA a lot. And so Cars Tour was kind of like new to us when we moved down to the North Carolinas. And so when we started paying attention, I'm seeing your name on all these entry lists, and I just accepted that your name was Butterbean, and I never got the story behind it. And I'm sure there's some folks listening at home that may also not know the backstory. So where did that come from?
Yeah, so when I was born, I was kind of like chubby and fat, like the boxer Butterbean that used to box back in the day. So that's pretty much where it came from. I looked like him, and then it pretty much just stuck with us. And a couple of my friends found out through my family. And then obviously, like at school, my teachers found out. So I just was known as that. And then obviously it ended up on the race car, and the rest is history. Here we are.
Sometimes it's hard to let go of those nicknames, but you said, you look like Butterbean. You looked good at North Wilkesboro. So tell us a little bit about that race this past weekend.
That's one of those nights that you dream of. That car was so hooked up. It was unbelievable. Lee Pulliam performance, obviously. Lee Pulliam, being who he is, knows how to give good race cars. And that's why I went over there. That's why I ventured out from my family team to go drive for Lee this year. I just wanted to have I had this opportunity in front of me, and I just wanted to make the most of it. And winning probably the biggest race of the season, in my opinion, is what I came here to do. And it just feels so good. That feeling of riding that lift and the history of North Wilkesboro, they can't take it away from us now. So we're forever a winner at that track.
I mean, absolutely. You said it perfectly there. I just keep putting myself like in your shoes and what it would feel like to have that win at that track, The Victory Lane celebration is just amazing. You know, such a historical event. You got the Cars Tour. This whole series has grown so much this year, and for you to be winning races in it is just, I mean, these are the good old days. I mean, this is amazing for you. And then I saw a clip on Twitter, and I haven't gone and watched the whole episode yet, but they were talking about you on the Dale Jr. download. I mean, this has just got to be such an exciting time for you.
This is one of those races that could change your career or the direction of your career. You know, you hear the stories and see it online, and it happens to people, and you never realize it. You know, I mean, until it's happening to yourself, I guess. And it's what we've worked for. Obviously, it's what we all want in the racing career. But for me, it's just the whole last 6 months, really, or almost a year ago. My whole life has changed since I really won that tour race at Langley. Everything started coming into place, and you know, I was sitting there working a full-time job running Langley, and that was it. Like, I was going to run for a track championship if I could get off work. And then overnight, my whole life has changed, and the direction of things have changed. And you know, a year ago, I would have never thought I'd be sitting here talking to y'all on the Cars Tour TV, and never would have thought of winning Wilkesboro with Lee Pulliam. Maybe in my car if I'd have ventured out and ran a race or two, but nothing full time in the tour. And here we are, 4 or 5 races in now, as a winner this season. So it's just one of those things. You never give up, and you always have to keep working hard. And I'm just blessed. That's all I tell people. I'm just so blessed.
It's almost like you're in the middle of a fever dream right now. The last 6 months has been a complete change. And now you're headed to Tri-County for a $30,000 to win race. So, like, how does that kind of factor in with how you're feeling and everything that's going on? I know it feels unreal, but what would it be like for you guys to win that race?
It'd be incredible. I know it probably won't be, the money's better than Wilkesboro, but it won't be the same as winning Wilkesboro. It'll be a different feeling. It'd be a track I've never been to, which has been the story of this year. A lot of places that I haven't ever been to, but that's why driving for Lee Pulliam and my crew chief, Doug Powers, on that car, we're having a good time. And I know when I show up, the cars are fast, and I just have to get myself right. But I'm excited. Tri-County, I've been watching film, Cars Tour, any Cars Tour races is just a privilege to be a part of. 30 grand on the line is nice. If we could go there and win it, and then know I'm coming back home to a hometown race next week at Langley, I think we'll be on cloud 9 if that happens.
Well, Mr. Butterbean, this has been so exciting to watch you over the last few months, and we will be rooting for you along with the rest of the field this weekend, and we can't wait to see what you guys can do. Thanks for joining us. Hey,
once again, thanks for getting me on here. I love what y'all are doing. It's awesome to see y'all covering the series.
No doubt. Well, thank you, and good luck. And when we come back, we're going to talk to Augie Grill. Stay tuned.
Celebrate Memorial Day weekend with your friends at Wiscasset Speedway. Sunday, May 28th, the Coastal 200, presented by Coldbrook Trailers and GT Overhead Door. Watch the late models go for 200 green flag laps, along with action in the modified, Strictly Streets, and Roadrunners. Kick off your Memorial Day celebration in style at Wiscasset Speedway. Sunday, May 28th, the Coastal 200. Racing starts at 2 p.m. and you can see it only on Racing America.
SRI Performance and Stock Car Steel are your all-inclusive motorsports warehouses with more than 450 product lines. They have everything to put you in victory lane, from professional racing to street performance. SRI and Stock Car Steel have you covered with leading brands as well as a large selection of steel, aluminum, and plastics. With locations in North Carolina and Indiana, access has never been easier. SRI has the world's largest inventory of used parts. SRI Performance and Stock Car Steel and Aluminum, your one-stop shops for everything racing.
Hi, I'm Mike Hopkins. You're watching Race America.
Welcome back, everybody, to Cars Tour Weekly presented by Pepperjack Kennels. Now joining us is Augie Grill, our pro late model winner from this weekend at North Wilkesboro. Augie, thanks for joining us.
Thank you for having me. It's a pleasure to be on.
Well, it's so, I don't know, being around ASA, Southern Super Series, it just kind of, when I saw your name on the show notes, I was like, Augie Grill on a Cars Tour race, like on a Cars Tour show. I just think of, Pensacola, Southern Super Series, that type of late model racing. So I feel like we're kind of switching it up today.
Yeah, a little bit. I had the opportunity to go up there and drive a customer's car, and luckily I had it pretty good and was able to have a good day with it. Had my Super up there too, and just couldn't get the balance on it correct. And with qualifying getting rained out, it kind of messed us up there. So didn't make the race in it, but made the race in the pro and had a really good day.
Alan back in the booth is telling me that you're calling from Houston, Texas. What are you doing there?
I'm actually out at the racetrack practicing a new modified out here with BMF chassis. So flew out this morning, and we're going to spend the day here, and then I'll fly back home tonight.
Awesome. Busy, busy, busy. So I didn't make it to the track this weekend. Travis was able to make it, but he was there for the cup stuff. What did you feel like the atmosphere was like for this event?
Oh, it was great. Just that many cars in the pits, and that you got roughly 120 cars in the pits. You're going to have 400, 500 people, it seems like, walking around. So it was cool to be around that atmosphere. And, obviously the fans in the stands kind of topped it off after the race. Not necessarily that they're all yelling for me, just the fact that I look up in the stands and there's tons of people up there. That's what we do it for. It's cool to get trophies and all that, but we do it for the fans. And I mean, if it wasn't for their support, we wouldn't be able to. So yeah, the atmosphere was just cool. It reminded me of a race from back in the 90s before I started driving. Just the amount of people there, and it seemed more like the old days. And maybe just because it was at North Wilkesboro, it gave me that feeling. But no, I really enjoyed the weekend. It just, like I said, it takes me back. I've been around going to the racetrack for a long time. It's hard to impress me with a race, but I was very impressed the way everything went.
Yeah, you said it. We talked to Brendan Queen earlier on the show, and I was saying, like, winning in an atmosphere like that, at an event like that, at a track like that, I just got to imagine, like you said, looking up in the stands, these are the good old days, and I feel like that's going to be like a core memory for, the rest of your racing career. And if you retire one day, even when you retire. And if I'm not mistaken, you were there in 2011 and last year. Is that correct?
Yes, I was.
So did anything from either 2011 or last year transfer over as far as knowledge during the race?
Not really. I mean, 2011 was so long ago. Quite a bit's changed on the cars since then. And, it's still a wore out racetrack. You just have a hard time getting grip on. But, everything on the cars has changed so much. I think just my experience really with worn out racetracks probably helped. I raced at Pensacola before they got it. It's a lot better than it used to be. And I raced there years ago when you had to run quarter throttle the first 75 laps of a 100-lap race, or you'd have nothing left. So it kind of, I had that in the back of my head when the race started in the pro race the other night, or the other evening. Just, conserve, just so you'll have a chance to have something left at the end.
Yeah, and like I said earlier, Augie's one of our Pensacola racers, the Florida racers, Southern Super Series. That's what I think of when I hear Augie's name. And you, probably a lot of these guys in the field over the weekend were kind of new, guys you haven't raced against very often.
Yeah, for sure. I'm standing around, honestly, in the Cars Tour drivers meeting there, and just kind of waiting my turn in line to draw for whatever we were drawing for, tire selection, I think. And I'm standing around a bunch of just kids, and I didn't know any of them, and they were going to be in the race with me, and that was kind of odd, because I normally, where we're racing around home, I know everybody at the racetrack, even if some of the newcomers, I kind of even know them a little bit, but there was 4 or 5 kids standing there, and I had no clue who they were. I hope they're not listening to call me out on that, but I had no clue. But it's, they come and go so quickly nowadays. It's kind of hard to keep up with all of them. But they come and they're ready to race. I'll give them that. They've probably, 12-year-olds probably raced more times than I have in their short career, and that's why they come prepared. They've got a lot of experience, just in legend cars or bandoleros or go-karts or whatever, and that's definitely a plus in their wheelhouse there.
Yeah, for sure. Well, it was super fun to see you in Victory Lane and see a lot of new faces, but guys like you and Bubba Pollard that Travis and I are more familiar with make it to Victory Lane. So I really appreciate you joining us today on the show and giving us your perspective and telling us how you felt the weekend went.
Well, I appreciate you guys having me on. I'm more than happy to do it anytime.
Well, thank you. And when we come back, Kendra will be back with us, and we will preview the next upcoming race for the Cars Tour at Tri-County.
What creates a winning combination? Quality, focus, discipline, and most importantly, speed. At Pepperjack Kennels, we provide exceptional water and land training services for hardworking retrievers. From leading in the field to leading on the track, together we establish winning dogs and a winning team. Devoted to retrievers and motorsports, we are Pepperjack Kennels. Visit us online to learn more.
Welcome to Raceface Digital Collectible Cards. Are you a driver or a team looking to expand your brand? Want to connect with your fans, give sponsors more exposure, and earn income from all card sales? Then Raceface Digital has you covered. Digitize your brand with 5 different collectible cards. Enrollment is now open to all drivers and all series. Visit racefacedigital.com today and use invite code RA1.
Believe it. Right now, racing, in my opinion, is as healthy as it's been in the last 15 to 20 years.
Just wanted to make that first lap.
Go. Race fans, the ASA Stars National Tour roars into Hickory Motor Speedway for an unforgettable night of racing action with the Tar Heel 250. Some of the best grassroots racers from around the country gather in the hills of North Carolina on the Thursday Thunder in the Foothills. Joining the ASA Stars National Tour will be NASCAR champion Chase Elliott. Tickets to the Tar Heel 250 are available now at starsnationaltour.com. Don't miss any of the incredible racing action coming to Hickory Motor Speedway Thursday, May 25th.
Welcome back to Cars Tour Weekly, presented by Pepperjack Kennels. And remember, for world-class retriever training, check out pepperjackkennels.com. Kendra, so great having you here with us today. And I know your season up in Canada is just getting started.
Absolutely. Yeah, it's It's just getting started. I just had my first season myself, my first race myself at the beginning of May. So that went pretty well, and stuff is just getting underway. APC series just started last weekend, Pinty series the weekend before. Stuff's rolling, So I'm really excited to see how 2023 goes, myself personally, professionally. And I'm sure that Racing America will be updated very well on Canada and what we're doing up there.
Yeah, sounds good. So, huge race coming up this weekend for the Cars Tour. And the Old North State Nationals at Tri-County Motor Speedway is on Saturday. Cars Pro Late Models are going for $5,000 to win. We got 21 cars as of right now.
Amazing.
On the entry list, including Katie Hedinger. We got Cole Butcher and Mamba Smith, who you know very well.
Yes, good pals. I do appreciate him for picking me up from the airport, taking me to North Wilkesboro. So, gotta shout out. Thank you so much.
How is he driving on the freeway versus on the racetrack?
You know what?
About the same.
About the same. No wrecks, no spins. Like, I'm thankful for that. But no, I'm just kidding. No, it's good. It's good. And he lets me drive his car sometimes when I'm down here. So it's nice to drive standard because I always drive like automatic at home. So it makes me feel like a real race car driver when I get to actually shift down here. Yeah.
American muscle. Or what kind of car does he drive?
He has a Scion.
Oh.
Yeah, like a little 2-seater.
How fun.
Like zoom, zoom, yeah, but he was making fun of me. I get out of the car and I got no shoes on. He's laughing. I'm like, dude, I'm in flip-flops. No way I'm driving your standard in flip-flops. Try it if you haven't. It's dangerous.
Okay, back to late models. Cars late model stocks are going for a cool $30,000 to win. And did you bring your driver's suit? Oh, it doesn't matter because you lost your luggage. I was going to say maybe we could get you a ride in that show.
Well,
and you could then spend that money to replace all the items in your luggage.
Well, let's just be honest here. Most of the drivers down here are probably pretty same stature as me.
We got 33 entered, including Robbie Bassett. But we also got Corey Heim, who I think I just saw has some really cool new merch out. I think that just happened today.
I love a good merch drop.
They were designed by Lou Creative, who does all of Travis's merch.
Dude, Lou stuff. If you want a throwback king, like, you should have seen him and Emily on the weekend at North Wilkesboro.
Oh, dressed to the nines, I'm sure.
I'm like, no way you guys just hopped out of the 90s. Like, it was gorgeous.
They're so great.
Yeah.
And we also got Kenny Wallace on the entry list.
Big name. Name drop, no biggie.
Yeah. Well, Kendra, thanks again for being with us today. And we also want to thank our guests, Butterbean Queen and Augie Grill, for being on the show. And remember, for replays and more, go to racingamerica.tv. And be sure to check out our Racing America 24/7 channel, free on connected devices. And don't forget, racingamerica.com and all of our social channels. We'll have all the breaking news from the NASCAR Cup Series, the Cars Tour, and more. We basically cover it all.
We're basically it.
Yeah. Be sure to tune in tonight after the show for the ASA National Series, the Tar Heel 250 at Hickory Motor Speedway. We got William Byron, Chase Elliott. They're all going to be there at Hickory along with the best super late model racers in the country. Again, that's the ASA Tour. And you can catch them and all the limited late models tonight on Racing America pay-per-view. For Kendra Adams, I'm Jess Ballard saying thanks again for joining us on this week's episode of Cars Tour Weekly presented by Pepperjack Kennels. We'll see you next week on Cars Tour Weekly to break down all the action from Tri-County. We'll see you then.
What creates a winning combination? Quality, focus, discipline, and most importantly, speed. At Pepperjack Kennels, we provide exceptional water and land training services for hardworking retrievers. From leading in the field to leading on the track, together we establish winning dogs and a winning team. Devoted to retrievers and motorsports, we are Pepperjack Kennels. Visit us online to learn more.
Welcome to Raceface Digital Collectible Cards. Are you a driver or a team looking to expand your brand? Want to connect with your fans, give sponsors more exposure, and earn income from all card sales? Then Raceface Digital has you covered. Digitize your brand with 5 different collectible cards. Enrollment is now open to all drivers and all series. Visit racebasedigital.com today and use invite code RA1.
Hey gang, join Scott Hansen and myself and a host of other drivers on what will be the largest short track party at sea. Sail Eastern Caribbean on the Norwegian Encore January 7th to the 14th of 2024. Enjoy unlimited drinks, a special question and answer session, and have a chance at racing Scott and myself on the GoPro track. Call Mark at Memories Travel at 262-527-1341 or visit mymmtravel.com and click on the link to Bickle's Bon Voyage link for information.
Race fans, the ASA Stars National Tour roars into Hickory Motor Speedway for an unforgettable night of racing action with the Tar Heel 250. Some of the best grassroots racers from around the country gather in the hills of North Carolina for the Thursday Thunder in the Foothills. Joining the ASA Stars National Tour will be NASCAR champion Chase Elliott. Tickets to the Tar Heel 250 are available now at starsnationaltour.com. Don't miss any of the incredible racing action coming to Hickory Motor Speedway Thursday, May 20th.